Oh no!
Sit still. Sit still. Oh, look at my head also.
Oh no!
I got one on my head. Look at this.
Right lang ma'am, kay init diri. At dapit ma'am kababaw para landong-landong.
Otherwise, people will be here the whole day, no?
Hello and welcome to the Philippines and to Cebu Safari up in north of Cebu City in Carmen, Cebu, up in the mountains, up where it's cooler up there. I'm going to give you some details on pricing and hours a little bit later, and tell you a little bit about the park, some of the animals you can see. They have these trams to take you around, and they're usually available. There was a couple times we had to wait a little while for another one to come around. It is quite a large safari zoo type area with large areas for many of the animals, the lions, the birds, the eagles, giraffes, donkeys, crocodiles, and so much more. There was a warning about those birds perching on your head and chewing on some of your items. Here's a map of the park, the safari, and yeah, they've got lions and I think tigers. A lot of those some of those were sleeping. I'll show you some pictures. Some of them that were sleeping. Monkey type orangutans and gibbons and various types of other monkeys at the site as well. A number of restaurants, places where you can eat and get snacks, ice cream. They have a bird show. I think it was at 1:45. I think when we were there. That could change. Number of places that you could walk to, but it is hilly and would give you a good workout for sure, and it is large. They also have a number of rides, various levels of entry that you can purchase. Some with will allow you for two of the rides, like the zip line or the various things, the giant swing and ATV, beginner's course, things like that. The Bornean orangutan, and looked like some babies were there, kind of interesting, and you probably can't see it there. He's over there, and some of the babies walking around. I guess they're babies. And off to the right was a glass viewing area. You can't see it here. And for quite some time, he or she went over and sat, probably a she, went over and sat in front of that glass. And that was, people used to be able to go in there. And I think he looked like he was lonely. He probably she probably enjoyed the interaction with the tourists on the other side of that glass. There is a big moat between them and us here.
Since they are nocturnals, also their eyes are very good during nighttime. I think their eyes are 8 times brighter compared to our eyes.
Birth nila sa Africa.
Sa Africa sila.
And I think these were called gibbons. I'm not positive, but I think that's what the sign said. I didn't record all that information. Quite a few of them. They got quite a large area to live in, roam around in, so that's nice. For the animals, and these, what are these? Are these muskrat? I should know. You know, there were muskrat and beaver and that type of thing. Is an otter? I should know. I should know, but I don't. One of you will be able to tell me. Anyway, and then we have the African savanna area with lots of the
This is the largest
zebras.
antelope. They can weigh up to 1,000 kilos as they grow older. And their milk is 3 times more nutritious than a cow's milk.
No
and
more.
male and female have
Di mo
horn,
kinana.
is bilan. And this side, that is a greater kudu.
What's that?
Greater kudu.
Greater kudu.
And then only male greater kudu have horn. Then their horn can grow up to 73 and
And I've had to mute the video there. You could hear in the background. Excited kids, and that's okay. And I think this was the only animal you were allowed to pet. Even the birds that land on your head, they said, don't touch the birds, which would make sense. Anyway, they're gonna, this is going into the way they took us in there. They put us in inside of a vehicle, and I thought maybe they're gonna, we were lunch for the animals, but inside of this cage, so we couldn't get out and they couldn't get in, I guess. But the first place we stopped to look at some of those animals, we were on a really steep tilt and it was quite uncomfortable. They should have flattened that out a little bit, just my advice. And camels, and I'm not going to show you every animal in here. They had a bird show. There again, check the time and schedule your time if you want to see it. It was interesting. They had parrots and lots of different birds doing tricks and throwing garbage away, flying in, eagles. It was pretty interesting. Didn't last a real long time, but it was interesting and was part of the admission. It was a little over an hour and a half for me to drive up from Cebu City, uptown Cebu City. So plan that. They open from 8 to 5, I believe, and there's a picture of the stadium there where they do their bird show. Quite a bit of room. Several of the bird acts, the birds would actually fly up from the top area up there, and they would fly down to the stage, so they were trained well to do that. And there were a couple little snack bars. We stopped here, had some ice cream, and they've got these trams that'll come around and stop different places. There was once or twice they were full, and there were other people that had to wait. A couple times we had to wait maybe 10 minutes, something like 10-15 minutes for one to come along. I was here about 5 years ago, and we walked around quite a bit then, and it's changed quite a bit. I think they've got different types of animals, different mixes, different cages, and I saw they were building additional cages, so I'm not sure what the long-term plans are as they expand this area. Anyway, my opinion, it's worth the trip up there. I'll give you a little information on the cost going up there. I did a previous video. We got up there too late. 1:30 in the afternoon is cutoff time, and we got there just after 2 o'clock, I think. And so that would give us 3 hours. We were there about 3.5 hours. And we didn't see everything this time. I wanted to get out of there by 3 in the afternoon, but it really didn't matter. I didn't want to drive at night, and you know, it's an hour and a half, 2 hours back in rush hour traffic. But you know, 3.5 hours, quite a bit of time to spend wandering around a safari, a zoo. There were a number of vans up there, and I asked previously, and I haven't heard. I suspect that you can either rent a van, you can contact some of the hotels, and they have contacts with where you can rent a van for the day and a driver take you up there, or there might be tours that go up there. Anyway, jumping over to their website, which is cebusafari.ph, cebusafari.ph. And they've got a number of it. It's a large place. African Savannah Experience. You can get on a tour. White Lion Safari, bird shows, safari camp. This was from 2022, a race, I guess. Run in the company of wild animals. I tell you, if a lion was chasing you, you might do very well running. I think the animals are behind fences, I'd suspect. Anyway, here's the schedule. Park schedule, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Open every day and holidays. This is the important part. Last entry selling of tickets at 1:30 p.m. And they close at 5. And that's because it's a huge area, and if you don't get there by that time, you might complain, well, we didn't have enough time to see everything. And there's quite a bit going on. They've got a video there. I'm not going to turn that on. Anyway, expanded African Safari, 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Open every day. Bird show every day at 1:45. White Lion Safari, 9 until 3 p.m. every day. And here's some information. Here is a map, and you can see that it's quite large. Very large, in fact. You can walk it, and I did about 5 years ago. I walked it. I'm sure they have many more animals there, more attractions. In fact, I know they do. Since I was there, I'll put a link to my last visit at the end of this video. Anyway, they've got ATV rides. Apparently you can rent ATVs. They've got a zip line, a sky bike. I guess you get on a bike and like running down a rope. Giant swing, obstacle course, aerial walk, and a zip coaster. So lots of things to do. Gardens of the World, ATV driving trails, thrill rides, food and restaurants. Take a trek, and just a few of the many animals that they have there. And Lou Hillier over here, they're a money transfer company, and I think Lou Hillier owns the park, developed the park, and they've got an office up there if you need to send or receive money up there. They're associated with this resort, and they've got shuttles between the park and the safari, I believe. Anyway, there's additional information up here as well. And let's just check out. They've got accommodations, it says here. They've got 1-bedroom cabins. They've got 2-bedroom cabin and a 3-bedroom cabin. And glamping tents. Glamping meaning glamour, I think. Tents, so I'm not sure exactly what that consists of, but you could, well, just click on it, see if anything happens. Glamping tents. Check in, check out. And what do we have here? Is that a glamping tent? Wow. That's a huge tent. Especially if you only got one guest. You got money. Great view from the mountains, various types. They've got the mosquito netting up, I see. Oh, that would be kind of neat, wouldn't it? I don't know, different tents, share. Not quite sure. Well, here you got beds, 1 king bed, 3 single beds. Occupancy, 6 persons, adults and children. Children referred to guests 0 to 11. Size, bathroom, shower, hair dryer, bathroom amenities. Check-in times, check-out times. They take Visa, MasterCard, and JCB. Interesting. I believe this is the tent area here. And bouncing over to the how-to book, interesting information, important information. All tickets are non-refundable but rebookable, so you could change the date, but you're not going to get a refund. You can only book tickets for children and senior citizens at the park ticket counters. That's interesting. Children will be measured at the park. Senior citizens discount can only be available at the park. Guests must present a valid government ID. Not sure if a foreign ID would work or not. Please check with the current quarantine guidelines before booking. And we had nobody ask us about masks. Regular tickets, 900 pesos. Weekdays, weekends and holidays, 1,100. I think I paid 800 pesos 5 years ago. Package, you got different packages. This includes all attractions, plus any two of the adventure rides, ATV, like ATV beginners trails, zip line, sky bike, or giant swing. So $1,350 weekdays, 1,550 on weekends and holidays. Another package, all adventure pass, 2,499, and you save 1,101 if you were just going to buy these all separately. Gives you all attractions, all adventure rides such as ATV, zipline, sky bike, giant swing, obstacle course, and aerial walk. Scrolling down, they have a calendar where you can pick your booking dates if you want to buy online. Now, regular park ticket includes 1 day admission to the park, access to all animal viewing areas, expanded African savanna tour, bird show, newly expanded Michel's Garden, Michelle's Garden, White Line Safari Tour, and the Safari Tram Ride, non-exclusive, which that's the tram that will go around and you can get on it, you can get off at different places to view different areas if you don't want to walk. I believe that's what that is. There were a couple taxis up there at the park, but I'm pretty sure they were waiting. They had arrangements. They had brought somebody up, and their arrangement was to wait for them to finish at the park and take them back to wherever they came from. Are there tours that you can book online or Now, here's a question I have, and I don't know the answer. I haven't done the research. Are there tours coming out of Cebu City that will take a group of people in a van, take you up there, wait for you, take you back to Cebu City? I would suspect that there are, but is anybody out there? Please comment and let us know what you know about that. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's worth the trip up there. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.